Hazing and bullying. Harassment, intimidation and dating violence. Hazing means doing any act or coercing another, including the victim, to do any act of initiation into any student or other organization that causes or creates a substantial risk of causing mental or physical harm to any person. Throughout this policy, the term bullying is used in place of harassment, intimidation and bullying. Bullying, harassment and intimidation is an intentional written, verbal, electronic or physical act that a student has exhibited toward another particular student more than once. The intentional act also includes violence within a dating relationship. The behavior causes mental or physical harm to the other student and is sufficiently severe, persistent or pervasive that it creates an intimidating, threatening or abusive educational environment for the other student. This behavior is prohibited on school property, on a school bus or at a school-sponsored activity. Students found responsible for harassment, intimidation or bullying by an electronic act may be suspended. Discipline procedures will not infringe on any student's rights under the First Amendment to the Constitution of the United States. When the behavior is sexual harassment, the Title IX sexual harassment grievance process will be followed, if applicable, prior to imposing any discipline that cannot be imposed without resolution of the Title IX process. Permission, consent or assumption of risk by an individual subjected to hazing, bullying and/or dating violence does not lessen the prohibition contained in this policy. The district includes, within the health curriculum, age-appropriate instruction in dating violence prevention education in grades 7 to 12. This instruction includes recognizing warning signs of dating violence and the characteristics of healthy relationships. Prohibited activities of any type, including those activities engaged in via computer and/or electronic communications devices or electronic means, are inconsistent with the educational process and are prohibited at all times. The district educates minors about appropriate online behavior, including interacting with other individuals on social networking websites and in chat rooms, and cyberbullying awareness and response. No administrator, teacher or other employee of the district shall encourage, permit, condone or tolerate any hazing and/or bullying activities. No students, including leaders of student organizations, are permitted to plan, encourage or engage in any hazing and/or bullying. Administrators, teachers and all other district employees are particularly alert to possible conditions, circumstances or events that might include hazing, bullying and/or dating violence. If any of the prohibited behaviors are planned or discovered, involved students are informed by the discovering district employee of the prohibition contained in this policy and are required to end all such activities immediately. All hazing, bullying and/or dating violence incidents are reported immediately to the principal designee and appropriate discipline is administered. When employees have actual knowledge that the behavior is sexual harassment, they must contact the Title IX coordinator. The superintendent designee must provide the board president with a semi-annual written summary of all reported incidents and post the summary on the district's website. To the extent permitted by law, the administration provides training on the district's hazing and bullying policy to district employees and volunteers who have direct contact with students, and by November 30 annually reports to the Ohio Department of Education. Compliance with this requirement through the Consolidated School Mandate Report. If the district reports noncompliance, the superintendent designee must provide a written explanation to the board within 30 days explaining this noncompliance and a written plan of action for accurately and efficiently addressing the problem. Additional training is provided to elementary employees in violence and substance abuse prevention and positive youth development. District employees, students and volunteers have qualified civil immunity for damages arising from reporting an incident of hazing and/or bullying. Administrators, teachers, other employees and students who fail to abide by this policy may be subject to disciplinary action and may be liable for civil and criminal penalties in compliance with state and federal law. No one is permitted to retaliate against an employee or student because he files a grievance or assists or participates in an investigation, proceeding or hearing regarding the charge of hazing and/or bullying of an individual.